Welcome to my channel, Gladofi Media and Events. On today's edition of Straight Talk, I have Amadi Jo with me, and we shall be looking at this interesting topic, men and side chicks. What is it with men and side chicks? As you're watching this video, please don't forget to like and also make your comments at the end of the discussion. Amadi Job is a veteran broadcaster, and he has been in the broadcast industry spanning to like over a decade. And yes, he works with one of the media houses here in Lagos, Nigeria. So, Amadi Job, you are welcome to today's edition of Straight Talk with Glado Phil.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, now men and side chick. Who is a side chick? Why do men engage in side chick? Why do they have it? Can we hear from you?
Well, side chick, if you want to know, is a relationship between a man and a female outside his marriage. But if you're not married, it becomes girlfriend. But if you're married, it becomes a side chick. And a side chick occurs in marriage when that marriage, sometimes when that marriage has failed. You see, most marriages does not take up to 5 years before it will fail, but you see them managing each other because maybe some children are involved and things like that. The sweetness of that relationship is not being felt. And before a man will go out to have a side chick, that means that there are so many things the wife is doing that he did not like. Remember, the time they are courting is not the same thing. The same thing with when you get married. A man or a woman can be your best girlfriend. They can be your worst husband or wife. So many things, relatively causes all these kind of things that men go out to have external relationship. Now, I mentioned when a marriage has failed. When the marriage has failed means that two of you are no more doing the thing you used to do before. And then talk about compatibility. By the time you are so obsessed with what you are looking for, you might be so blind to find out one or two things about that lady or about that man before you start going into town telling somebody that I've found a husband or I've found a wife. So when all these things, do you find out if you are compatible? Do you find out if two of you love each other? Have you withstood any temptation before that before that marriage that is a threat to it? So all those things are the things you have to put into context, because when two of you are compatible, two of you will do the same thing and decide the same thing, and you know each other very well. But when you are not compatible, you may not work. It may not work well. So another thing that happens is that when there is nagging from the side of the wife, a man does not enjoy his stay at home. He now decides to be a permanent customer to the whole beer palace in town. Because of what? He wants to chill out with friends. Maybe when he gets home, it's a dull moment. The wife is not the type that can always cheer him up. And even if he wants the wife to go out with him, the wife will not like to go out with him. So yeah, when he goes out, you find out that you have given him out. And when you give him out, when a man is drinking and many ladies are there, the tendency is there that there may be temptation. Nobody takes bait from his house and say, I want to go and have a side chick. So this is I'm enumerating is what causes it.
So can I come in at this point? You made mention of nagging.
Yes.
Something must have made the wife at home to be nagging.
Mm.
So, and maybe she would have been discussing this particular issue with the husband,
Mm.
and the husband turned deaf ears. She talks about it the following day, the husband turned deaf ear. To you, you might see it as nagging. Is it not the duty of the man to address what is actually making that woman nag, because we find out in recent times that some men, they don't they don't really attend to those issues that the wife do bring before them. Because
That one brings the issue of communication in marriage. If there is lack of communication in marriage, it brings a lot of things into the fore. You see, you say you complained, and the man did not take action in those
exactly,
complaints. Now it depends upon how the woman complained. Did you complain with soft voice? My love, all these things you are doing that you come back late every time. I don't like it. Is it not getting, you know, two of us are getting, we cannot be doing, there's a way you talk to a man, it will break his conscience. But when he comes in, you say, hey, you have come back again. Look at how you are smelling beer. Every minute, you are there with the woman outside, things like that. The man will just keep quiet. You know, he will think you are nagging. So all these things depends upon understanding. And when you understand your husband very well, the husband understands the wife very well, things will work out fine. See, so many people prepare for wedding, but they don't prepare for marriage. Both male and female, particularly the female. You are preparing, you tell your own friends, I'm getting married. From January, you're doing it in December. You have started buying things, announcing it, and doing this thing. You have not taken time to prepare for that marriage. Marriage is an institution. And when it fails, it had failed. And a lot of things will creep in. And when it creeps in, it becomes a problem. So, and another thing that happens is that why a man will always go outside is that you, as a decent lady, when we are going out together, before we had our first child, you make up your hair very well, you dress decently, you do things in a normal way. But immediately you give birth to the first child, the second child, you can even wear apart from here to Bay Road and be, you know, you can't even dress well. You just do as if you're a local woman. And maybe the man, that's why I brought the issue of compatibility. The man must have been high there, and then you are doing as if you are downtrodden. It doesn't work that way. And if a woman, see, a woman can get a man outside if the man gets what he doesn't get in his house from that lady. If that love the lady is giving to him is more better than the what the wife is giving to him, if that woman respects him and the wife does not respect him, the wife will always jack him and start to fight, pick quarrels at all times. So when all those things are happening, then a man will see a girl who is so respectful, who wants you, and who wants to be by your side. My sister, any sane man, most men who doesn't control themselves will go for that. Remember, I made a comment here. If two of you understand each other and love each other, it is difficult for a man to go outside because the standard with which the woman have in his house, even if he goes outside, the man is not is a fool. He cannot because you have a better thing inside your house. So, but if it is otherwise, that is why you see men go outside most times. So, and another thing that happens is that when you have overbearing influence from your friends, they always tell you that your husband have done this, your husband have done that, this one, that one. The man will not feel secured again. He will not feel secured, and what he has to do is start gallivanting. Most times when a man goes outside, the woman is sending him out. And when you send him out, I mean, the result most times can always be negative or positive.
okay, so you said some of the reasons you highlighted in summary. You talked about nagging, you talked about incompatibility, you talked about breakdown in communication, you talked about change of dressing as soon as the woman becomes a wife. During courtship, there was a particular way she used to dress, but when she now
Cute.
became a Mrs., the mode of dressing changed and the man was no longer comfortable. So he now had to go out to look for somebody that actually dressed exactly the way the wife was before
He
he
may
married her.
he did not go out on his own. Circumstances forced him out.
So,
Though
which
it
are
is
some
not
of these
all,
things that you
yes,
just
but it's not all.
highlighted?
Oh. We'll take it from another angle too. So many men are beasts. They don't they don't see it that a woman is okay for them. Whenever they see any buttocks whining, they want it. That one does not mean that the wife is nagging or not communication or whatever. You can have the best wife at home, but if you have the dog spirit in you, there's no way you cannot go outside. So that one may not be the fault of the girl, the lady you married. It is the fault of you yourself because you lack self-control.
So self-control, it's
Yes,
also another reason why men
yes.
tend to have
On the part of man,
self-control, lack of discipline,
the
that the
lack of
man is not
discipline.
disciplined.
Yes, yes,
So we take it that
yes,
way.
yes.
Now, you said something about communication.
Mm.
Now, when the husband, before the husband ever thought of side checking, if I may use such a
Yeah,
term,
you can go on with that.
if I may use that now, don't you think the man ought to have sat the wife down and discussed some of his observations that my wife, these things that you're doing, you weren't doing them, so how come about? Don't Where is that place of communication before the man now decided finally
The man,
to?
the man.
Because some men I think don't even do that. They
Mm,
just felt that since the wife have started misbehaving, that the best way out of it to deal with the woman is just to like have a side chick.
mm.
Let us, where is this place of this communication
You
that you're
see, the
talking
communication
about?
is if your wife is the type that wants to accept what you are saying or who can sit down to discuss with you and implement whatever you people have discussed. Are you getting what I'm saying? You see, some wives, you may be discussing with them, they are concluding another thing. That is it not because and moreover, some men might be innocent without having any side chick, but the way the wife accuses him at home, maybe he wasn't having, maybe he wasn't having, but then the wife will always accuse him. You came back late, you're always coming back late. They told me they always see you in the hotels and things like that. Maybe the man is innocent. So another area you're going to talk about is that the fault is from the women, the side chicks. You see, there is no rape here. There is no force. When I was growing up, if you see a young girl and you're talking to her, and she asks you, "Are you married?" The girl will run away, no matter your money. But now the values of the society have changed and has deteriorated. Now, most of the side chicks you're talking about are not talking about anything than money. It may not be love. In fact, 60 or 70% of it is not love. This man have a lot of money to throw about. He can always make me happy by getting gifts and things like that. That is the only thing. So the proximate of the matter is that the man went out. The remote cause is so inherent in all these things I'm trying to outline. You see, you talked about when man and woman discusses, if you sit her down to talk with her, you talk with somebody who can understand, somebody who is willing to understand. You may speak to your wife, and the next minute, so many women are enemies to the next woman. You will be telling your woman friend what you are passing through with your husband. Instead of providing solution, she'll be scattering it. Under that way, there's nothing you're discussing with your wife that can work. Because her mind is somewhere, somebody's teleguiding her. And she does not know that if she leaves that house tomorrow, she may be the first side chick of the husband. And that is the thing. So the thing is both ways. If a woman can, as I was saying before you cut me short, if a girl knows that a man is married, why do you want to come into his life? Why? Why don't you tell the man, you are married, go back to your wife? But you find out that even young girls now who are not married, they are looking for married men as companions.
Are we not deviating?
We are not debating.
The question is, why do men
I'm, t-
have?
I'm
You've
t-
highlighted
yes.
some of the reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You've highlighted some of the
Mm-hmm.
reasons.
Yes.
Now, what is the way forward?
The way forward is when you marry a woman, two of you should be prepared for marriage. Two of you should be compatible. Two of you should be open for communication.
Please,
Yes.
I thought before somebody, a man and a woman, could agree to be husband and wife, there's already a place of compatibility. The fact that they are compatible and that was why both of them are coming together to marry. So what do you now mean again? How does incompatibility now becomes a problem?
Now,
Because I want to believe they were compatible, and that was why they both
now
decided to come
they
together.
may not be compatible. One, remember that some people may introduce you. Uh, Amadi is trying to get married. I have a girl I want to bring for you, and that one sees the girl. They have not even known her too well. No, you can know a man or know a woman for 10 years without knowing her very well. That's where the compatibility comes in. And by the time you find out that this lady is not that type I had in mind, then it becomes a problem. But in all, the problem is between the man and the woman. If the man, like as I said before, is self-disciplined and have self-control, no matter whatever your wife is doing, it might not force you to go outside. Because going outside means that you're spending more money that you are not even spending at home. And nobody will tell you that side chick is free. Though there are some side chick that have a lot chunk of money that sponsors the man, but then that is quite minimal. So that is the more reason why the thing is like that. But in all, the side chick is the product of wrong or failed marriage. That is what it is like. Because if your wife is so good into you, so loving to you, so romantic to you, what are you looking for outside? And she doesn't abuse you. Why should you go outside? For what? That means you're going outside means that something else or your village people is after you. Uh-huh. Though, let me tell you, in the time of the old, what we're talking about side chick now is that in this recent development, people don't want to marry more than one wife. Our grandfathers married 10. You see a woman you love so much, you marry her and add her to your family. Remember that time they are farmers, they are hunters and thinkers. They need more hands and they need more children to help them in the farm job. So we are talking about side chick now because uh, so many men now are reluctant to have two wives or more than one wife. This side chick something has been in existence.
So we've said a lot about it: nagging, incompatibility, breakdown in communication, change of dressing as soon as a woman becomes a wife to the husband, and also lack of respect from the wife. And you also said
Yeah.
indiscipline also
Mm.
causes some men to also cheat on their wife or tend to push them towards the side of a side chick. Now, your final advice to women out there before we end it on this straight talk matter.
My final advice to women is this. Let me tell you, a woman is stronger than a man. We're not talking about physique. A woman is stronger than a man. And if you know your man, you have your man. Because if you know where to touch the man and get him, you know what to do to the man and make him to be quiet. Your character will humble him. Your character will make him not to, if he remembers it, like a man took a girl to the hotel and he remembered that the wife is even more sweet and precious. He walked the girl away. I'm telling you, because the girl started playing with him, nagging, doing all the things that the wife does not do. So since that day, the man refused to be seeing other women because now he treasures what he has at home. So what the only advice I have to give is that know your husband, be loyal to him, open up for him. Make sure that you don't check him or go to his phone at all times. If somebody calls him now, he's making a call, you start looking at who is he talking with, things like that. No. That thing does not foster a good home. And it does not make marriage to work.
Okay, my dear audience, you have heard it all from my guests on today's edition of Straight Talk. Amadi Jo, a broadcast journalist with one of the media houses in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming to share your thoughts with us on today's edition of the program, Straight Talk. So, our audience, you watching this video, so what's your own take? Make your comments. Tell us, do you agree with what my guest has said, or do you have any other point to add to what he has said concerning men and side chicks? I remain yours sincerely, Gladofi. Please don't forget to like and also click on the subscription button so that you get to watch more content from this channel. I remain yours sincerely, Gladofi, and this is from Gladofi Media and Events. Join me next time on another topic on this edition of a Straight Talk. Bye for now.